So they'll be calling you a radical. So the head of the snake has reared its ugly head again. I mean, one day you guys need to just wake up and realize MIT Media Lab. That is the head of the snake. Until the feds go in there and arrest them all, bust them up. That Epstein. So the head of Ito or Hirohito? Ito, Epstein Islander. Bill Gates, I've said it for years and years. Epstein, Bill Gates never invented anything. Look up who his grandpappy is. It was invented here in Utah. Word perfect. The operating system was invented here. Alan Ashton. Go talk to him. Bruce Bastion. He lives in San Francisco. Go talk to him. Stood up in a Mormon church with his 8 kids. Says, I'm gay. Bye. Go talk to him. Get in the fucking band. They were in the band. They invented it. It was the powerhouse. Novell was the powerhouse. They merged with them. Then what? Then Eric Smith shows up out of nowhere. I remember my brother was the bigwig for those guys. And I'm like, of course, he's a creep too. But looted the money, whatever. So, there was a trial here in Utah. Against Bill Gates. Yeah, there was a trial. Remember, out of nowhere, he never invented anything. He's not a techie. None of these guys are. None of them. They don't invent anything. Ask Zuckerberg. Ask Sheryl Sandberg about David Goldberg. MIT. So Fukushima. So just remember this and never forget. This is our group that tracked him over there. We're protesting. Abby Snowden. Now, stay with me. Why would Snowden hand the chip that he says he went to all that work for in the bunker in Hawaii, flips it, catches it, hides out? Why would he hand it to the MIT Media Lab? Oh, he didn't hand it to the he gave it to Glenn Greenwald. No, he didn't. I asked Glenn Greenwald at the University of Utah, right to his face, why the fuck would the University of Utah in their commencement speech have Donovan Mitchell speak? It has nothing to do with that. This is the celebrityism freak show we live in here. Laura is the MIT Media Lab endowment. Yeah, he went psycho, by the way, loony. She's the documentary filmmaker at the Whitney, Laura's Noise. I walked with the Astro's Noise. I walked with the real Astro. He and I walking along the trail. He died of leukemia. Berkeley nuclear physicist wannabe. Now, this is important. Get this backed up. Why would he hand it to her? The very people that... Why would you go to all that work still and then hand it to the very people you stole it from? Laura? The document? She's the daughter of the MIT Media, that billionaire. MIT Media Lab was invented. Look up the dude that invented it. It's not that old. That's the head of the snake. It's the head of the fucking snake. Why? And Bill Gates getting divorced now. Bill and Melinda Gates, they don't get divorced in situations like this. Why are they getting divorced? Epstein Island. Los Alamos. Now, I'm one of the original anonymous crowd, if you haven't figured that out yet. Yeah. Why would Barry Antoinette, Barack Obama give Aaron Swartz 35 years? Remember, he went into the media in the room, and he put the alligator clips in down. I knew Aaron Swartz personally. And downloaded it. I've held the brick in my hand, the deciphered brick. I was like, I'm not getting on an airplane with that. I know who has it. 35 years. Flew home. I was in Brooklyn. Right there. He had good counsel. They went about Heyman and Ortiz. Heyman at Harvard. The other head of the snake. Ortiz. 35 years for putting alligator clips, downloading a file. I want you to think about 30. They wouldn't back up. Went home and hung himself. Remember, don't go to school, don't participate. Grew up on that. He grew up on MIT's campus. Then they prop him up. Everything he said not to do, he did. He went, I'm a fellow at Harvard and Yale. And then they jerked the table out from underneath him. For a Japanese PM to come to the United States is a major, major deal. So he comes. Fukushima. You don't believe me? Go have a conversation with Caroline Kennedy. She knows all this. Yeah, she was the ambassador. Japan. Fukushima. Why would he go to MIT Media Lab? He went to Harvard, then went over to MIT Media Lab. Why? Why would he hand it? Bill Gates, Bill Gates, Bill Gates, Bill Gates. Epstein, Fukushima, Fukushima, Fukushima. Epstein is an... There's a reason that Zorro Ranch is at Los Alamos. Scientology's vaults there? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's said that Anonymous and the Million Mass March was started on going after Scientology. It's not true. It's not true. The Million Mass March was started on that anti-nuclear movement, the anti-imperialism movement. You're looking at the guy that started it. You know, the name. You ever dug into Julian Assange, his background? You know, the abusive mother in the cult? The other two daughters sued mom and won. It's all a rouge. Why would Snowden, Edward Snowden, I grew up, my father was a special forces guy, killed. Yeah, that's how they recruit special force guys are like Pat Tillman. Oh yeah, they killed him too. I like how the American Populace goes along with that fucking narrative. When right on outside the line, Jeremy Schatt does the interview, and the guy that killed him says, I killed him. His old man. Fought off 9 million Al-Qaeda. The guy who gave him the orders won't talk to him. How are you going along with this? Bill Gates is the linchpin to this, the nuclear cartel. That MIT Media. They cover up at Fukushima. Barack Obama bows. Abiy met with Trump 18 times. First one after the election. In Trump. I was there. in Mar-a-Lago with the windows blacked out. 18 times for Japanese PM to come. One time. That belongs in the Smithsonian. If anybody wants to buy it, it'd be the best investment you ever made. $35,000. It's worth hundreds of thousands, millions. Why would he go to MIT Media Lab? First foreign dignitary, again, in sliding with Biden administration. Saga, Japan. Fukushima. Bill Gates is the head of the snake. He always has been. He never invented anything. Remember when WordPerfect, we were talking about this yesterday. When I went to college as a young guy, I remember being at Weber High and the typing class. There were 100 students, and I was the only boy. Oh, fuck. My God. Whoa. The teacher was a Nazi. I remember learning the computer software in the early days at Weber State. Steve Jobs came there. We had the giant Macs on the wall. We were in IT, one of the first universities in the day to jump on it. Oh, fuck. Shift F this, Shift F that. WordPerfect. Alan Ashton is David O. McKay's grandson. Bruce Bastian is Philo Farnsworth. Look what they did to him. So Gates merges in 95 with Windows. Remember that? And it will crosshatch with Windows. No mouse is ever going to fucking work. Fuck Jobs tried that in fucking 1981. Nobody's going to ever fuck go with no mouse, right? Fuck, I remember learning all that software. It was a beast. Remember when you got and you tried to crosshatch your WordPerfect into it? Fuck you. Eat shit. Go to hell. Bill Gates. He finally got tried. $1 billion lawsuit. How did they get a jury of 13? Right here in Utah. One juror held out. One juror. How's that possible? She divorced him. She knows. Maxwell. You don't think they've been in there interrogating her? You don't think she's spilling the guts? She's sick sitting in prison? You don't think she's trying to cut a deal? She spilled the guts. Protecting high-profile prisoners since 1963. Jack Ruby. Epstien. There's a reason it's a fucking Los Alamos. The nuclear energy. Jeff Bezos. Yeah, Los Alamos. Look up his grandfather. Gates. Livermore. The head of the nuclear atomic. CIA. KGB. MI6. Mossad. MIT Media Lab. The greatest crime in human history is the cover-up of Fukushima. Greatest event. It's like I did that video yesterday. Kids, this is Kevin Blanchard's statistical probability class, stats class. Don't tell me I'm fucking confused. Try me. So an Orioles pitcher, it means Wednesday, pitched a no-hitter. You're talking in the history of Major League Baseball, well over 300,000 games. First time in history it's happened. He pitched a no-hitter with no hits, with no walks, with no errors. And it wasn't a perfect game. Pass ball. Third strike. They threw him out at second. Big asterisk. It's rarer than a perfect game. By a lot rarer. Covering up the greatest event in human history, full blown out, 6 nuclear meltdowns. Spent fuel pools fucking blown to shit. Pushed into the Pacific Ocean for fucking over 10 years, and the Pacific Ocean collapses. Dead tide pulls you. My work, statistical probability on the salmon. There's, right now on the Columbia, there's less than 30,000 spring Chinook. 5 years ago, they go to sea for 5 years, there was 680,000. That's run regression. It points to 2011. So, why would Gates give a bunch of money to MIT Media Lab? You know, Ito? Yeah, not here, Ito. He stepped down. Why did they finish the job and go after him? He was at Epstien. So was Trump. Why don't they go after? So was Bill Clinton. Unbelievable. It's the head of the snake. Laura is the MIT Media Lab. She stands on the Oscars with Lindsay Mills. If she's a performance artist, what the fuck? Having my baby. Maybe her and Elizabeth Holmes can get together. Fucking, they can do time in fucking home confinement. I was full of cancer when Elizabeth Holmes was pulling her scans. People would come into the bone marrow trying, oh, no, I've got my independent blood works from Elizabeth Holmes. I don't need you anymore. Go home and die. Bloop. She murdered fucking thousands of people, not millions. Fukushima is the greatest crime in human history. Kettle me, I'll kettle you. M.I.T. Look at the new one. She invented a uniform and designed a uniform for astronauts to go to Mars. Okay. It's all Star Wars. Make it so. Make it so. Why don't you finish the job, you investigative journalist? The Daily Beast wrote a really good piece on Gates. Why is Gates' wife separate? Oh, she knows. The writing's on the fucking wall. This fucking pyramid's coming to fuck apart because of people like me. I don't give a fuck I get 100 views, really, because, really, I said in front of the White House, well, you Occupy had millions. We're not Occupy. We're about quality, not quantity. By the way, WordPerfect is the worst fucking product in history. Still won't correct a capital spelled word to this fucking day. He's a sham artist from hell. Creepier than fuck. Right after 2011, he shows up at Epstein. After he's been convicted. After he's done time. Epstein right there. I remember following this. I was all over this when this was going on in the 90s. You know, Bill Richardson, New Mexico, the whole fucking thing. He said at sentencing. You know, he went to prison. Epstein went to prison. You do know that. He went to prison. Less than a year, he was convicted. He said, why are you doing all this? So I can get dirt on all these fucking people. Oh, he's got dirt on them. There's a reason it's at fucking Los Alamos. All roads lead there. It's called Price Anderson. It's real simple. It's real simple. They all know this. They've all got hooked into this for years. Bill Gates, Hanford, his grandpappy fucking beggar, they know. Government fucking pork, the greatest government pork when pigs can fucking fly at MIT. Abby, Saga, Barry Antoinette Obama, Laura, Snowden. I got all the way to the top of the CIA. He was not special forces. Oh, I jumped out of airplane, bro. They don't let fucking, he's got a mind, somewhat. When he shows up on 60 Minutes, that's enough to know it's a ruse. Just like Lake Barrett shows up at 60 Minutes on day 3000, tells you what Kevin Blanche told you about Fukushima in 1 hour. I got to the total top. I had top surveillance all the way to the top clearance. I found out there's another one. What? What's the other one? Who are they? Global oligarchs. Where's he sitting next to? A global oligarch. Joe Lindsay Mills and Snowden were in Japan right before Fukushima happened. Do you know, ask Oliver Stone. They come home, he says he goes back to work for the very same people he hated. He goes in the bunker in Hawaii where the cover-up of Fukushima. I've people talk to me from there. They've classified a grassroots activist full of cancer, attacked me viciously. Now just remember this. You start Googling around there, and they're all eugenicists. The one is a immunist. Charles Lieber. Everything that's going on. Gates' wife sees the writing on the wall. They know this rabbit's getting ready to come out of the fucking hat. Maxwell had a foundation, Save the Oceans. And I'll say this, Damian Lillard, Weber State, who owned the Portland Trailblazers? Oh, where's your fucking crown? Paul Allen. Do you know Paul Allen was another one of them? Oh, he got cancer. His fucking $60 billion didn't save him. He's dead. Saved the Oceans. Remember? He had his yacht and he tore out the fucking reef. Saved the Oceans. Maxwell knows this is all Fukushima. She's sitting in a prison cell. Why the fuck don't you go ask her? Oh, she's spilling her guts right now. You don't, and Bill Gates' name's on the fucking list, right? Why would he show up at the fucking mansion? We used to sit at the fucking mansion right there, fucking in Manhattan. And there's vloggers and activists that fucking sit there and video young girls going in there after they got out of prison for years. People used to do shifts there. Kind of like we do the peace vigil across from my... It's right there in front of God and everybody. But, oh, Barr, Trump. Trump's on the list. Trump was there. Fucking... It's more than fucking sex trafficking of teenage girls. Berkowitz. You know, maybe you get him on 60. Maybe you get Jeffrey Toobin. Oh, not to be fused with Toobin. So he meets with him at the Manhattan residency. Yeah, Bill Gates. Guess who's there? The ex-girlfriend? Not Gates' ex-girlfriend. God, can you imagine? No, Jeffrey Epstein's. The Swedish. Who's married to Dubin. Not to be confused with Jeffrey Toobin. The 9. I hear it's more like the 3. Yeah, and her teenage girl, who Jeffrey used to come over and read in bed. That's who is the gatekeeper, the head of the MoMA, the New York City Museum. I've protested there so many times. They didn't relieve Black, they didn't relieve him. The Whitney, Grant Wood on Balco, Kevin Blanche. I'm telling you, I know. In these videos, there's plenty of people that have watched. The head of the snake is MIT Media Lab. Oh, you think that? That's where it's all run from. The cover-up of Fukushima is run from the MIT Media. When they show up in 2011, he writes a check. Why would he write a fucking check for a few $1 million to the MIT Media Lab? Okay, why the fuck? Why would it be when he comes over a Japanese PM, fucking all the places in the country he could fucking visit, give a speech? Why would he go to fucking Harvard Law, then go over to MIT Media Lab? Then, of course, to Stanford to visit Teller's grave. Who's that? You know, this is for the big kids, and I hope, because my only hope is, well, I know they do watch. People inside the CIA, the NSA, people inside the know, including Snowden himself. I've heard from rumors that a friend of Lindsay Mills who told me she watched your strip artist, because I did a strip artist fucking Lindsay Mills, but she says she fucking watched it. Having my baby, you better get a DNA test, fucking. Snow job on 60 Minutes. So Snowden, I asked Glenn Greenwald right here at the University of Utah. I asked him, Kevin Wine, there's only this much out. Where's the rest of the chip? They didn't put any of it out. They didn't put any of it out. Why would you hand the chip to the MIT Media Lab, the very person you stole the chip from? Why would he hand it to her? Did he get plagued? Did he get hacked? Why is he sitting next to fucking Putin? I guess they're global oligarchs. He's sitting next to the greatest global oligarch. Because you've been fucking had by MIT. This is the same clan. It's the same cult that fucking destroyed fucking Europe. They're doing it here. Unchecked billionaire power. Billionaires used to be against the law in this fucking country. For years, for this very said reason. That's why they're against the law. Were in Europe, too. Now they're starting to see some appear there. For this very said reason. With absolute power comes absolute fucking creepism. You think she's just all of a sudden out of nowhere fucking divorcing him right now? They don't, people like that don't divorce. They just live separate fucking lives. Oh, she's distancing herself. You watch it. He's the head of the nuclear snake. His little SMRs on Utah, they took the money on these SMRs, this fucking Reyes, fucking, I asked, talking about billionaire oligarchs, I asked John Huntsman himself. What about the SMR that blew up on the Russian Sea, killed 8 nuclear? I'm the guy that collected the data. Why aren't you screaming? I asked Mitt Romney himself about Fukushima. I've asked them to their face, all these people. It's the greatest event in human history. What's statistical probability, kids? Disseminative collapse. I'll do several of these. This is this important. MIT Media Lab. Ito? Why don't you finish the job on Ito? Huh. He resigned because he took money from... Why would Jeffrey Epstein... Why 2012, 2011, 2012, 2011, 2012? It's all 2011, 20... Just like the tide pools collapse. Coincidence, bro. Fucking Santa Claus is not a coincidence. Coincidence doesn't get into science. Kevin Blanch, what I do is fucking real science. First you hypothesize the knowledge. Then you fucking do the field work. 10 years of incredible field work. Then they're eugenicists. All of them you go in, including John Holdren. You dig into it. Immunologists. I mean, everything they're into. It's not that new. It's the head of the snake. The Fukushima cover-up's being run from the M.I.T. Media Lab. It's the greatest event in human history. They're all a bunch of fucking child traffickers. Bill Gates. I've always known that. Bill Gates is the creepiest fucker that ever fucking lived. He never invented anything. Just like Zuckerberg. He never invented anything. Just like Sheryl Sandberg. That's not her real last name. They changed her last name. I mean, that's not her last name. What happened to David Goldberg? How come you're not investigating the murder of David Goldberg? Huh? Fourth season comes out and says he was never here, let alone fell on a treadmill. Somebody's lying. Either his brother says, oh, I mean, somebody's lying. What about Lesson? Head of RT. Fucking hit in the head, fucking beat to death on 5th of November. I reported that before it happened. How come no investigative 2020 investigative journalists on that one? How about David Blee? Fuck, you're all into the Kentucky Derby these fucking days gambling. The head of the CIA was drank some cough medicine at 60 years old and just dropped fucking dead. How come you're not, 60 Minutes not all over that one? How come you're, I mean, what's the statistical probability of 6 full blown out fucking meltdowns fucking happening in Fukushima, Japan, burning into the Pacific Ocean, genocide in the Pacific Ocean, and 95% of the Pacific Ocean fucking collapse? What's the statistical probability of fucking, and no one noticed, and no one gave a fuck? Is that even possible? Run some regression on that, kids. Plug that into your fucking computer models. Over 300,000 baseball mirrors fucking American culture. This is a once in 300,000 event. The fucking Bill Gates. Oh, he's going to take him. He'll be the linchpin to take the nuclear energy crime syndicate down. His wife, Jeffrey Epstien. Maxwell in prison. She'd been talking. Remember her dad? He admit he was a triple agent. They found him floating in the fucking ocean. He says, I'm Mossad, I'm MI6, I'm CIA. KGB 2-4. It's right in your fucking face. This is the greatest fucking event in human history. Cancer rates have increased 38% in North America post-Fukushima. But, you know, the pandemic, let's shut down the fucking country for COVID-19. When this is all said and done, when the fucking reality of COVID-19 comes out, whoa. Fukushima. It's a great event. And the propaganda machine fucking trying to push more nuclear. Why fucking, I mean, you should just say one word, Fukushima. Yet, we're not talking about the fucking cancer pandemic, are we? I was given 2 months to live in 11/11/11. The thing that's irony about this, they had a symposium and they met in Monterey while I was there. I'm sleeping on the beach, working the fucking tide pools. They're there. Monterey's a small fucking place. I wonder if any of the fuckers in their fucking, you know, private fucking cars drove by me and saw me. They were there. It's the head of the fucking snake, M.I.T. Media Lab. They're not very old. Look who started them. Look what they're all about. Victoria's Secret. Oh, she's got a fucking secret. Victoria, Queen Victoria. Oh, she's got a fucking secret. Prince Harry, why do you think he's fled to the United States? Did you know he's the heir to the Russian fucking royal family? Look it up, the DNA swab. This story of Bill Gates is giant. Thank you to the Daily Beast. Finish the job, Daily Beast. They go down a lot of fucking rabbit holes and they expose a lot of stuff, and it's right there. It's stuff that I've been connecting the dots on for fucking years and reporting right on this YouTube site. I've been reporting all this for years. But kettle me. I'm the guy that termed the term internet kettling. Kettle me, I'll fucking kettle you. That's okay because it's taking the clutter out. Maybe they did us a favor, huh? Because the sheep, they're too fucking gone. Yo, they're into QAnon fucking. They go find some prison rats to start Proud Boys. Go fucking let Black Lives Matter's fucking billionaire socialists take over the social inequality, fucking police brutality. NBA players running down the fucking court with fucking shaved heads from Indian fucking prisoners. From fucking slave-made fucking goods for $1. Go buy you a fucking $300 fucking Jazz fucking jersey. Now, you know, take the kids and spend fucking 4 weeks fucking wages, 6 weeks fucking wages to watch one fucking shitty, pathetic product. You've been had. It's imperialism. Kevin Blanch is the anti-imperialism fucking movement. Aaron Swartz. It's all Fukushima. I'm here and tell you. Bill Gates. Jeffrey Epstein. Maxwell. Ito. Laura. Why would he hand the chip to her. Same reason he's sitting next to fucking Putin. I asked him at the Eccles Theater in Park City, Utah. I got in. I videoed it. I can't put it online, but I have it. Doug Fabrizio on fucking Fresh Air, NPR fucking put up the whole... No, he didn't. They retracted parts of it. Kevin Blanch was one of the fucking questions up. He put his machine down. Well, the little bit that you did release, you didn't release hardly any. And why would you hand the chip to the MIT Media Endowment, Laura, when she's the very people you stole it from? You said that they're not only going after real, true grassroots activists, they're squashing them on the internet, they're hiring bots and trolls to fucking slander them, real people to slander them, attack. They're physically trying to kill them. He put his camera right down on my question and said, yeah, it's true. That's the only piece of the Guardian fucking report. Now, Graham Greenwald, he's fled to South America. Threatened him? He was in on it the whole fucking time. Snowden? Did Snowden get had? Did he really have that chip? Well, they were so smart. They knew that somebody wanted to get them. Aaron Swartz, I got him on video. Why would Barry Antoinette Obama give him 35 years for a simple act like that? That's something that you probably do 6 months in jail for, maximum. And that's what his attorney said. They wouldn't back off. Heyman and Ortiz sitting next to John Holdren. Yep, the eugenicist who was in the Situation Room, who made the decision not to entomb Fukushima. Bill Gates is the fucking head of the snake. He always has been. He's an Epstien Islander. He's a Zorro Ranch Los Alamos. Scientology. Anonymous started, Million Mass March started on the going after Scientology. Look at the Wikipedia. That's not true. Anonymous, Million Mass March, we're the same clan. Not so anonymous. It was started on the anti-imperialism movement on going after MIT Media Lab, Fukushima, the nuclear energy crime syndicate. It's the head of the snake. One day, you guys will realize the top of it. This is the guy who put together what turned out to be Occupy. We were leading up for the 100th anniversary of the Shirtwaist Fire. But 2 weeks before that, something happened along the way to that place. A nuclear flag into my face. I've been at this for a long, long fucking time. Flipping the can, my rhetoric, holding things, so effective. You're trying to stuff Kevin Blanch back into the toothpaste. You're trying to stuff Kevin Blanch lightning back in the bottle. Well, let me tell you about fucking Bill Gates and clan MIT